Tight gang, real. This nigga been ducking gang. We been out here 2 days waiting on this nigga gang. Like, his moms and his pops out here.
Shout out to my cousin Blockstar, y'all. If y'all know, y'all know.
Yeah, word, like,
shout out to my little cousin Denver, the Big Mac. Let's go. Yeah, YouTube users be rocking.
Word. I have to send that nigga a message. This nigga been hiding. I think you know what's up, man. In 2 days, he ain't coming to the crib. Wait, right? We're gonna give it to him right now, right? That's right. Trying to find out what's going on. This nigga ain't going yet. Boom, what up, nigga? This nigga ain't going yet? Boy, we been sitting here 2-3 days, nigga. Waiting on this nigga, gang. Like, this nigga been ducking, gang. Word, just his moms and his pops is coming out. You're like, nah, give me that shit, though. Nah, nigga, I got it. What's up? Nah, this shit personal. Nah, gang, shit, I got it, nigga. Nah, gang, like, this shit personal. I got it. Give me that shit, nigga. Nah, gang, I got it. Gang, nigga, like, listen, give me that shit. All right, man. It's personal.
Loyal Hustlers music, baby.
Woo! Nigga, we are Loyal Hustlers, nigga. Burning hotter than mufflers, nigga. Woo! Nigga, we are bust the shots, hit your vest, nigga. Thought I missed that one, hit your head. I'm really in the streets, nigga. I really leave these niggas dead. Last nigga that ran down, I shot him up, he gon' tell. I spin the block, hit his mom and pop. The whole family going to hell. Feds on me, cops on me, but I said stay with my strap. They said don't get blocked, don't lick up. He just don't know how to act. Niggas shot at me broad day. You know that I'm spinning right back. They say who them niggas he be with? Nigga, you know that I'm at. Baller, 4 pound nigga, I'm on ya. Catch you slipping, I'ma scorch ya. Fuck nigga, should've warned ya. Hold up, regular. Niggas talk shit on the regular. I'm fucking your bitch on the regular. She does keep calling my secular. You the alien, I'm the predator. Your man knew he ain't telling you. Nigga, we are. Your man knew he ain't telling you. Nigga, we are. Your man knew he ain't telling you. Nigga, we are. Your man knew he ain't telling you. Nigga, we are. If it's up in the stuff, we don't give a fuck. He walk. When I shoot, you better duck. Yeah, nigga, we up. Nigga, we up. If it's up in the stuff, we don't give a fuck. When I shoot, better duck. Yeah, nigga, we up. Nigga, we up. Nigga, we up. Spoke on my name, so you better move call. Chubby the belly with pockets enormous. Swap with the pillow, you chatting informants. Really constructive, I feel like a foreman. Whip up the brick, they come back in the morning. We done made back, so we trap out the foreign. 40 on hit when I grip you the karma. Ballin', we fallin', we take out the starters. If I go get it, don't ask for the cost. Lambo the whip, throw the Euros of sport. Steppers, we drippin', don't fuck with the sauce. Nina, my stallion won't fit in the Porsche. Eminem Beasley, Mackin' ain't easy. Kill 'em, we hang 'em, we do 'em real sleazy. Shorty a tree, she fuckin', she leaky. Line up a man and we make it look nigga, we up. Nigga, we up. If it's up in this stuff, we don't give a fuck. When I shoot, better duck. Nigga, we up. Nigga, we up. Nigga, we up.
Another day alive, another day free. Why would I wake up trying to be somebody other than me? Knowledge, wisdom, understanding. Man, woman, and children. Sun, moon, and stars. Everything that exists has to coexist within. Like I said, another day alive, another day free. Why would I wake up trying to be somebody other than me? Shout out to everybody in the building. Shout out to everybody that's coming in the building. Shout out to everybody that watched it on the replay game. I got some content for y'all. I got some great content for y'all. Your boy Puff, his name is back in it again. Puff name, they can't keep. Every time I turn around, they talking about Puff. I'm going to talk about that today. I'm going to talk about a Chicago woman that was jumped with her kids. Check this out. She was walking with her kids and she was jumped by a group of public school kids. Well, junior high school. 8th grade is junior high school. So this is crazy. We got a woman walking down the street with her children and a young man that was deemed a bully. You know what I'm saying? Ran up on her. Well, I'm gonna let y'all see the story. If y'all can hear me crystal clear, anybody but a dead body, if I can shout y'all out. China, I see you in the building. Let me know that this audio is crystal clear. If I can get into this work, I can get into this work for y'all because they said they wanted some content. So I'm gonna give you some content, some great grown folks content. I got some shit to talk about, man. I got some shit to talk about pertaining to the crack epidemic. They lined us up. They was talking about the CIA. I got some shit to talk about that y'all ain't even gonna believe about. And y'all would never believe who's caught up in the controversial sex scandal, the one and only. Y'all ain't gonna believe this when I say this shit. Y'all ain't gonna believe this. The one and only. My man Dog said it's crystal clear. It's crystal clear. It's crystal clear. Let me get to the top and shout everybody out. First one in the building was Dog Soldier. Second one is Mr. I Think For Myself. He said, once my granddaughter is in full recovery, training classes will start. A prayer is going out to your granddaughter. I hope she get better. Like I said, I had that COVID shit. That shit is crazy. Rocked me for 2 weeks because of my bronchitis. We got East New York, the sisters up in the building. You know what I'm saying? Who else we got up in here so far? We got China. The head honcho is in the building. You know, I got some more people that's going to be pulling up. But I'm telling y'all, I got a great, great show lined up. A great, great, great show lined up. But y'all ain't going to believe this. Y'all is not going to believe that they have the one and only Biggie Small's son. Biggie Small's son, little CJ. They got little CJ caught up in some craziness. They got him caught up in some craziness, y'all. And I hope that this is not true. But it seems like it is going to be true. But I'm going to start it off with some other content. I'm going to start it out with some other content. UCLA. Let's talk about UCLA. Let's talk about the college in California, United College of Los Angeles. All this time, when crack hit the streets, we was thinking that Freeway Rick Ross was single-handedly the mastermind behind crack cocaine. If you watch the TV show called Snowfall, they depicted him to be the first one in the United States to make up crack cocaine. If you watch the show Snowfall, they showed you he had an empire across the world from Los Angeles, from the West Coast, all the way to the East Coast. They blame Freeway Rick Ross for the whole crack epidemic era. But I'm about to show y'all something. I'm about to show y'all something right now. That wasn't his fault. It was not his fault. But guess whose fault it was? Like they said, the CIA. Let's get into this work. Let's go.
We're in touch with a lot of the underground chemists who are synthesizing new compounds, and they send a lot of them to us for testing. We don't give them any feedback, but we like to monitor what's out there in the street. And by the way, our lab was the one who discovered the crack epidemic, and we discovered crack 13 years before the word was even introduced into the lexicon. We're in touch with a lot of the underground chemists who are synthesizing new compounds, and they send a lot of them to us for testing. We don't
listen to what he said, y'all. They knew about crack cocaine. They started crack cocaine 13 years before crack cocaine was even introduced to us. So that means in 1971, 72, they was doing these experiments, putting crack cocaine in monkeys.
We're in touch with a lot of the underground chemists who are synthesizing new compounds, and they send a lot of them to us for testing. We don't give them any feedback, but we like to monitor what's out there in the street. And by the way, our lab was the one who discovered the crack epidemic, and we discovered crack 13 years before the word was even introduced into the lexicon. We had monkeys smoking crack cocaine in the basement labs at UCLA 13 years before the word was invented, because we knew it was coming, and we wanted to make sure.
But do you notice how they categorize black people? How they categorize the evolution of man? They try to make it seem like we came from monkeys. They still say it now. What they say with the so-called myths of Bigfoot, Sasquatches that's supposed to be in these woods all around the world. Pay attention. Why did they use crack on monkeys? Why did they use crack on monkeys? I think they use crack on monkeys because for some reason they feel as though that monkeys and us come from the same DNA and genetics. And I could imagine what the monkeys was going through when they was when they was just forcing crack upon them and how they was acting. Because look how it made us act. Let's go.
Sure that we understood everything. We're working on already. Drugs that are out there now on the street that are not illegal, that people are looking at.
And again, you're at UCLA?
Yes.
Yeah. Just to let listeners know, where you're speaking from.
How y'all feel about that? How do y'all feel about that? Crack came and fucked out all our neighborhoods up. But they just said 13 years prior, crack hit us. It hit us, what, 85? 84, 85, 86. So if you take 11 years back, that's 1974. So in the early 70s, they had monkeys, they always test things on monkeys, lab experiments, what they call them lab rats. They have monkeys in the basement of UCLA just giving them crack cocaine. Just giving them crack cocaine. So imagine, just pay attention to this. Now we see what crack did to us. We see what crack did to our neighborhoods. We see what crack did to our family members and friends that unfortunately fell into this addiction. Imagine what they was doing. Imagine what they was doing when the monkeys got that crack. Like, you see chimpanzees and stuff like that. Certain times they get erratic, start screaming, start shaking in cages and stuff like that. But this is true that they saying they tried it on them first. So I believe, quote unquote, it probably fucked them animals up so bad, they purposely said, we're going to send this out in mass loads. Because when crack cocaine first came out, they didn't think that crack cocaine was going to affect the elites. See, cocaine back in the days was a rich man's drug. Pay attention. Cocaine back in the days was considered as a rich man's high. I'm not talking about crack cocaine. We started hearing about crack cocaine in Freebasin after the whole incident with Richard Pryor. When Richard Pryor said that he was cooking crack cocaine and it blew up and he was burnt over the majority of his face and a lot of his body. He made a joke out of it. He said, man, y'all always talking about dipping milk in cookies. He said, man, I tried to dip my milk in my cookies and the shit blew up. So all this time they said that the CIA allegedly had crack cocaine before it was even announced to the street. So when people was just indulging with sniffing cocaine, et cetera, they turned it over to Free Ray Rick Ross and said he formulated this magic potion that can turn powdered cocaine into a hard rock substance. And this hard rock substance multiplied millions and millions of dollars. But if y'all already knew about the effects and y'all was giving it to lab monkeys in the basement of UCLA, one of the biggest, most prestigious colleges in California, if not the most prestigious college in California, that lets you know, Kratom and Crook, they never cared nothing about us. They cared nothing about us. They said, you know what? You see how the monkeys is acting? Let's take it to the neighborhoods. Let's take it to the minority neighborhoods. Because when crack first came out, it was supposedly made just to fuck the people up in the minorities, mostly Hispanic, Black minorities. But see, when crack cocaine dwindled into the high elites, like the Hamptons, the California, what's the name of that place? All the superstars got their house there. It's something island. It's something island. Oh, Martha's Vineyard. Excuse me, Martha's Vineyard. If you remember, the rap group called the Fugees. It was Wyclef Jean, Prize Denuse, Lauryn Hill, and then it was another dude. It was another guy, John Forte. He had dreads. I don't know if y'all remember this. He had dreads. His name was John Forte. And you never heard nothing about John Forte because he was caught and sent to jail because he was caught with 5 gallons of liquid cocaine at Martha Stewart. Pay attention. He had 5 gallons of liquid cocaine. Always a queen, hey girl. He had 5 gallons of liquid cocaine. And they let him get all the way to Martha's Vineyard with federal authorities, apprehended him, and he's been in jail ever since. Was he going out there with liquid cocaine for consumption of liquid form? No. A lot of people say when they get it in liquid form, that's the purest form that it can be, and it's put into a heating mechanism like an oven, a stove of some sort, that forms into this white crystal rock that breaks down into cocaine. But with the additives of baking powder, a little bit of ice, a little bit of water. Some people used to allegedly cook crack cocaine with alcohol, like Bacardi. I know people that cook crack cocaine with Bacardi. I know people that cook crack cocaine with Bacardi 151. And the crazy part about it is they use food coloring. They used to use food coloring. They used to call them Lucky Charms back in the days. Rest in peace to the great Trev and them. But if this plot was lined up for the simply Black people and now everything is coming up. Who do we blame for that? Don't you think we deserve some type of reparation? Don't you think that everybody, this family that was affected by crack cocaine is deserves some type of money, some type of compensation? I do. I sincerely do. And when we get after this, I want to show you something. Right after this, we're going to get into something. And I want to show you something about how, like they say, the baddies, you know, them baddies, them beautiful women, they feel as though that they're exempt from going to jail. I want to show y'all something right quick and tell me how y'all feel about this. Because this young lady right here was so intoxicated, she wound up smacking into a cop car. And then when she hit the cop car, instead of her just taking a ticket, she demanded a sobriety test. And look how that turned out. Let's go.
It's time to analyze this video.
You're attacking us? You're in trouble. I
Why is it not? Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Let me do this one more time. For some reason, y'all, let me do this one more time. Forgive me. For some reason, it didn't. Oh, there you go. My fault, y'all. My fault.
You're attacking us?
Yo, Job, salute.
You're in trouble. I guess I wouldn't. I wouldn't think so.
Who's writing that crash report? Jay's over there. Hang on 1 second.
Oh, I thought you were.
Hey, who's writing the crash report? Who? How much damage do you guys put in for the vehicles?
That's what we were talking about.
So are we writing a crash report on this, or what's the decision from there? I just need to know because it'll affect how I move forward. Okay. If you're not going to write one, that's fine on my end. I don't care. It's for me. It doesn't matter.
And ladies, do me a favor. Let this be, ladies, let this be a prime example that your beauty is not going to get your ass out of a ticket. Let's get into this work.
I mean, a sinner. Just figure it out real quick. Yeah, just let me know.
How much is BMW paying?
East Luke. Yo, let me tell you something. I am not going to lie. When I saw this show right here, you see what East New York said? When I saw this segment right here, I thought about East New York. Beautiful, bougie, fly attitude, good vehicles, might be a little tipsy. You know why I thought about you, East New York? Because of that New York attitude that we all have. So help me God, when y'all watch this whole thing, y'all are going to be like, what? Yo, E, I see you in the building. Yo, check this beautiful lady out and what she decided to do, because I would have never took no sobriety test. That's a fact. She had a good BMW truck. Check what happens. Let's go.
Imagine being able to build an app with your name on it just by thinking.
Down drink. Good BMW truck.
No crash. All right. Who's got her ID? Yes. You got it. Okay. Hello.
How are you?
Good. How are you doing?
I'm finding yourself.
What's your first name? Okay.
Yo, tell me that ain't East New York bougie ass. Hello, how you doing? Finding yourself. Tell me that ain't East New York, y'all. Let's watch this again.
No crash. All right. Who's got her ID? Yes. You got it. Okay. Hello.
How are you?
Good. How are you doing?
I'm finding yourself.
What's your first name? Okay.
So, when a police officer is involved in an accident, a different officer from the same department, a different agency, or a higher level authority like the state patrol will typically write the report to ensure impartiality. This prevents the officer involved from investigating and documenting their own accident. However, in this particular accident, it appears that the police made a determination not to write a crash report. And yes, police can refuse to write a crash report for an accident with only minor damages and no apparent injuries, especially if it occurs on private property like a parking lot.
How are you?
Good. How are you doing?
I'm finding yourself.
What's your first name? Okay. There's an officer bar with Tampa Police Warrant, obviously. These officers called me here because...
Yo, she is drunk out of her mind. Look at her eyes, y'all. I am not joking. Look at her eyes. Look at her eyes. Let's go.
Especially if it occurs on private property like a parking lot.
How are you?
Good. How are you doing?
I'm finding yourself.
What's your first name? Okay. There's an officer bar with Tampa Police Warrant, obviously. These officers called me here because they concerned maybe you had something to drink tonight.
That was probably maybe more than 2 hours ago.
Oh, was it?
Yes.
What did you have?
I took maybe half a beer.
That was it. These officers called me here because they concerned maybe you had something to drink tonight.
That was probably maybe more than 2 hours ago.
Oh, was it?
Yes.
What did you have?
I took maybe half a beer.
That was it?
That was it.
Okay. Are you on any medication?
No, sir.
Okay. Do you mind stepping out for me?
Yep.
Come on over here. Do you have any anything like physically wrong with you?
Nope.
Any injuries? Anything
Nope.
wrong with like your legs, your back, your knees?
Nope.
No. And you said you're not on any medications
No,
right
sir.
now? That's perfectly healthy then.
I'm healthy. I have anxiety, but besides that, I'm good.
You're on medication for that?
Hours ago.
Oh, was it?
Yes.
What did you have?
I took maybe half a beer.
That was it?
That was it.
Okay. Are you on any medication?
No, sir.
Okay. Do you mind?
Now, you see what she fucked up? Ladies, y'all got the right to remain silent. Fuck everything. Listen to what I'm saying to you, ladies. Never admit you was drinking. If you're going to get cuffed, get cuffed. You already know you're getting cuffed. You're going to get a little seat of magistrate. You're going to be sent home. Never admit to drinking. Pay attention to the question he asked her, because you do have the right to remain silent. He said, how many beers did you have? Or did you drink tonight? First thing she said is, well, it was about 2 hours ago. And she said, I took a half a can. Does that make sense? People don't take beer unless they shoplifted. And people don't take no half a can of beer. She might have been saying, I took a half a perk, a half a Xanax, of half a volume, and then she caught herself. Like, I said I took a half, and then tried to straighten up. But let me tell you something. This is going to be interesting. Let's go.
Obviously. These officers called me here because they're concerned maybe you had something to drink tonight.
That was probably maybe more than 2 hours ago.
Oh, was it?
Yes.
What did you have?
I took maybe half a beer.
That was it?
That was it.
Okay. Are you on any medication?
Yes.
Good. How are you doing?
I'm finding yourself.
What's your first name? Okay. There's an officer bar with Tampa Police Warrant, obviously. These officers called me here because they're concerned maybe you had something to drink tonight.
That was probably maybe more than 2 hours ago.
Oh, was it?
Yes.
What did you have?
I took maybe half a beer.
That was it?
That was it.
Okay. Are you on any medication?
No, sir.
Okay. Do you mind stepping out for me?
Yep.
Come on over here.
Hold up. You took
half a beer.
You took or you drunk a half a beer? Which one is it? You took a half a, anybody in here ever took a half a beer? Let's go.
That was it?
That was it.
Okay. Are you on any medication?
No, sir.
Okay. Do you mind stepping out for me?
Yep.
Come on over here. Do you have anything like physically wrong with you?
Nope.
Any injuries? Anything
Nope.
wrong with like your legs, your back, your knees?
Nope.
And you said you're not on any medications
No,
right
sir.
now? You're perfectly healthy then.
I'm healthy. I have anxiety, but besides that, I'm good.
You're on medication for that?
Not tonight. I only take it when needed.
Okay. Do you wear contacts?
I wear glasses.
All right. Can you stand with your feet together like this, arms down at your side? What I'd like to do is begin by checking your eyes as part of some field sobriety exercises. Okay. You see the red light here in front of you?
Absolutely.
What I want you to do is follow that light with your eyes. Keeping your head still as I move that light back and forth, okay? Keep your head still.
Absolutely.
What I want you to do is follow that light with your eyes, keeping your head still as I move that light back and forth, okay?
You see what they told him? They said, keep your head still, lose your eyes to go left and right. But I'm not going to front. I like that suit she got on. That bodysuit, that cat suit she got on, she wore that shit. I ain't no hater. I'm a complimenter. Can you dig it? But she's still going to jail. Let's go.
Keep your head still.
She going to jail. Do you know that she is standing up like she's laying down in the coffin? She's going to jail. Let's go. Now, I'm not going to front. That's a cold-blooded fact, East New York. That motherfucking cat suit she got on is fire. See, everybody can't wear no cat suit. No offense. If you're a double cheeseburger, you should not be wearing no cat suit. But if you have a shape, you know what I'm saying, it's kind of strong like this lady, like young lady's shape, or you got some good tone to your muscle, buttock area, maybe flat stomach, you could rock one. But if you're a double cheeseburger, this is not the outfit to be wearing with a girdle. Let's go.
Keep your head still. There's a couple other exercises I'd like you to do, okay? You willing to do those for me?
Absolutely.
This is when it gets funny. Do you notice when the police is involved, everybody is so polite, especially when they drunk or they did something? If y'all ready to laugh, I'm telling you, don't eat nothing. Don't be eating nothing right now. Watch this. Let's go.
All right, come on down here. So we'll use this white line right here as a line to walk down. I'm going to give you some instructions. I'll show you how to do it.
Okay.
And then after I do all of that, you can ask questions, okay? I just prefer you don't ask questions while I'm giving the instructions because it's kind of hard for me to stop, all right? So while I'm doing all of that, what I would like you to do is stand with your left foot at the very beginning of the line.
You see, that was one of them enticing moves right there. You see what she did? She see what she did? That was an enticing move. She could see, she understands. She could have did all that pulling up and dropping the bubble if it was just her and one cop. There's too many cops out there for that. That ain't gonna work, doo-doo head. Let's go.
Me to stop. All right. So while I'm doing all of that, what I would like you to do is stand with your left foot at the very beginning of the line. Then take your right foot, place it in front of your left foot so it touches heel to toe. Make sure both feet are on the line and one directly in front of the other. Place your arms to your side. Now don't begin walking until I tell you to start, okay?
Okay.
So when I tell you to, I want you to take 9 heel to toe steps, counting your steps out loud as you walk down the line.
Okay.
Turn around and then walk back down the line. 9 heel to toe steps, counting your steps out loud.
Okay.
So your first step will be number 1, and each step needs to be heel to toe like this. 1, 2, 3, and so on until you get to 9.
Okay.
On your 9th step, I want you to leave your front foot on the line. Remove only your back foot, taking a series of small steps to complete a turn, just like this. And then you walk back down the line, 9 heel to toe steps, counting your steps out loud. 1, 2, 3, and so on until you get to 9.
Okay, so straight down, slowly turn, come down.
Exactly.
Count out loud.
Exactly. So
is this one or is the next one?
So your first step will be number 1.
This one?
Your first.
You see, this is Nessie. Anybody that does drink, this is what you're not supposed to do 101. The man just told her, I want you to do heel to toe, 9 steps forward. I want you to turn around, heel to toe, 9 steps back. He said, your first step, that first step is going to be your first one. And then you heard what she said? Is that my first step? This is all indications that you're drunk or you're under the influence of something.
Step will be number 1. Okay. So while you do this, I'd like you to look at your feet as you walk, count your steps out loud, keeping your arms down to your side just like this. Don't stop walking until you've completely finished this. Okay. Do you have any other questions?
No. Straight down, slow turn, back to you, no questions.
Okay. You can begin then if you understand.
This vid's contagious. Click, don't hate it. Show.
Okay. You can begin then if you understand.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Typically, police officers made the decision already to arrest you for DUI or DWI.
Emmanuel, salute my guy. You see her? She got the fire cat suit on. And she's wearing that motherfucker. I'm not gonna front. And she got the Scooby-Doo brown and black J's on. So I ain't gonna front. Her attire is on fire, but she's going to jail. Can you dig it? Let's start this over one more time. Can you dig it?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Uh-oh.
Typically, police officers made the decision already to arrest you for DUI or DWI before offering a sobriety test. In those cases, the test will only provide additional video evidence against the driver's defense, especially if the driver demonstrates physical impairment or failure to follow basic instructions.
Okay. You can begin then if you understand.
See, I gotta understand something. When you're under the influence of alcohol, you're not really paying attention to what's going on. Stop, I say, I see you in the building, Maybach, salute. See, and a lot of women, I got cousins, friends, My son's mother used to think this because she was attractive or because they are beautiful. They always say, if we get pulled over, girl, I'm going to flirt with them a little bit. I'm going to show them these babies, and then they're going to let us go. That don't happen. Check this out.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Okay. Next, what I want you to do is stand with your feet together, arms down to your side. You can forget about this line. We're not going to use it, okay? I don't want you to do anything until I tell you right now, okay? I'm just going to show you how to do this and explain everything. Okay. So when I tell you to, I want you to raise one leg. Doesn't matter which one. I'm going to raise my left leg just because that's what I like to do. Raise it so it's about 6 inches off of the ground. Point your toe straight out. Look at that foot and count out loud. 1001. 1002, 1003, and so on until I tell you to stop. Okay? Make sure you keep both legs straight. Don't bend them at the knee. And if you put your foot down, just pick it back up and continue counting from where you left off.
You want me to balance right now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you hear what she said? With a smile on her face, she said, you want me to balance right now? You want me to hold my feet up 6 inches off the ground and start counting? You going to jail, Mom.
Is that a problem?
No, we're working out.
Oh, you see me doing it?
You're a cop.
Doesn't mean anything.
Let's do it.
He said, you see me doing it. She said, you're a cop. Now, you see what she fucked up at? She said, you see me doing it. He said, I'm a cop. And then she went like this. Let's do it. See, this is all indications that you drunk. Facts.
Is that a problem?
No, we're working out.
Oh, you see me doing it?
You're a cop.
Doesn't mean anything.
Let's do it.
All right.
All right.
Do you have any questions on how to do it?
No, you just told me raise the leg, so you count. If I put my leg down, stop. So you tell me keep counting.
Well, if you put your foot down, I want you to pick it back up and continue counting from where you left off, and you do that all on your own. Okay.
Okay. 1001. You want me to count by 1,000?
Yeah, 1001, 1002, etc. Yep. Any other questions?
Nope.
Okay. And begin when you're ready.
Okay. 1001.
Make sure you're looking at your foot.
1003, 1004, 1005, 1006, 1007, 1008, 1009, 1010, 1011, 1000.
Make sure you're looking at your foot.
1013, 1014, 1015, 1016, 1017, 1018, 1019.
All right, you can stop. Go ahead.
I ain't gonna front. That's something you women be doing that just make me laugh. When y'all do that little bougie call, that shit don't work. Let's go.
2009, 2010, 2011, 2012.
Make sure you're looking at your foot.
1013, 1000.
Oh, it's about to turn up right now. She might be from Brooklyn.
2015, 2016, 2017, 1018, 1019.
All right, you can stop. Go ahead and put your foot down. You put your arms on your back.
Hold on. Stop this video. Subscribe with all notifications on to your.
Now, you want to hear something funny? Do you want to hear something funny? You want to hear something funny, or you just want to see the rest? Let's go. Let's go.
What am I doing with this one?
DUI.
See, once the driver admitted to drinking alcohol.
Now, she has a nice shape. One thing I will say, I'm not going to take that from her. She has a nice shape. Everybody cannot wear the tight suit, but that means one or two things. She always in the gym, but she's still a drunk.
After hitting the police cruiser, the cops, in my perception, made up their minds to arrest her for DUI right then and there. The sobriety test was just icing on the cake for court.
Put your arms on your back.
What am I doing with this one?
DUI.
What?
Driving under the influence.
Okay.
Do you have anything?
Literally, you told me to do.
Well, you did the exercises. You just didn't perform them how I asked you to. There's a lot of clues of impairment that I observed during that. It leads me to believe you've been drinking a lot more than you're telling me. When we get down to the jail, I am going to ask you to do a breath test. Are you willing to do that?
Nope.
Yo, Jake, what up, my
you don't
guy?
have anything hidden on you, do you?
No,
okay. Do you carry anything? Do you carry anything in your top? Any cash? Okay, make sure.
There was not even. Oh, y'all were done. But okay.
You stand right here. Face the car. You can relax your arms. Just go searching in just a second, okay?
No, there's really nothing up there.
I know, we gotta make sure.
I'm gonna get the passenger out there. No, don't impound my car. There's people in there. They can drive it. No, don't do
The car
that.
is in your name. We don't have a choice.
But I have people in there. I don't even live over here. Like,
I'm trying to explain.
that was a whole
Do you
accident.
want to hear what I have to say?
No, because why you want to impound my car for what? Like, there's people in the car that can literally take my car where it needs to go. Like, you guys are doing extra. I barely even booked that damn car. I've been more than respectful. No, because I've been more than respectful. And
You have. I appreciate that.
I don't know, but can we talk?
Yeah, we can.
No.
Well, you said you didn't want to hear what I had to say.
Yo, did you hear what she said? She said, yo, can we talk? She done turned into nigga Tevin Campbell. Remember that song? Can we talk for a minute? She's going to jail.
Well, let's listen to it, because there's no way. I don't even live over here, and
Okay,
you're
have a
gonna
seat.
have them impound my car.
We have to by our policy.
But
we
there's
can't release.
people here.
I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to tell
And
you
there's
something.
no.
Have a seat. You don't want to listen
I'm
to me.
not. Girlfriend.
Get an attitude.
I have an attitude. No, because you know what? I've been.
Sit in
No,
the car.
I've been being.
Sit in the car.
I'm in the car.
Sit in the car, or I'm going to put you in the car.
I'm sitting in the car.
No.
And
in
I'm
the
trying
seat.
to have a
In the
conversation.
seat.
No, I'm trying to have.
Stand up. We're going to put you in this car if you don't listen.
Catch another charge. Catch another. For what?
Battery.
Battery for what? I haven't touched none of you guys. So I can't. Touch none of you guys.
You can't play both sides, you niggas gotta choose. Niggas out here being tough until they make the news. Mama said her son ain't hurt nobody. The streets said her son was catching plenty bodies. If you accept these charges, then please hold. In every hood, it was a nigga that was tough and he still told. Like, what I gotta do to make you niggas rhyme? Like, I'm ready to kill when the kind of minds be cautious. I'm dealing with more sticks than a porcupine. Quill spines, whatever you wanna call them. Yeah, plus my little mama, she a trap queen. Doggy when she mixed with that Fetty, give him a wop lean. It was a whole lot of cars when there was stimmies round. We going over a year and half you niggas down. All these expensive clothes, like was that smart? Now they uploading they clothes on the Poshmark. Switch, baby, careful with this. I mean, this bitch sharp. One across, one down the middle, look like a chrome heart. Damn, I'm always outside. I'm like, high from who? Bout to put your car on skates. You think you sliding through? I help build my niggas. This ain't Legos. Protect the fan by any means. I be Diego. Yeah, tiger to you niggas. I'm an animal. It's some jungle where I'm from. What y'all wanna do? You can't play both sides. You niggas gotta choose. Niggas out here being tough until they make the news. Mama said her son ain't hurt nobody. The street said that someone's catching plenty bodies. If you accept these charges, then please hold. In every hood, it was a nigga that was tough, but he still told.
My life. I'm not gonna hurt you. You didn't let me finish my sentence. I said, I'm not gonna hurt you. I'm just gonna bash your brains. I'm gonna bash you right the fuck in.
Yeah. General. Gangs, no names. Yeah.
Let's go.
Mr. Regular. Yeah. Niggas scream solid, but they never been. My flow is medicine, I'm heaven sent. You around a loser, you can never win. Probably touch a town or two. Know what the pound to do. Took a lot of losses, but I held myself accountable.
Let's go.
Know if you around the crew, watch out for the weak links. Ride for my dogs, this ain't nothing but a cheap thing. Yeah, you niggas better get your shit together. I'm dream chasing, I'm just trying to live rich forever. Time gon' tell, we all got 24. On watch face, it's all about what you gon' do with yours. Me, I'ma get this money. Water, niggas looking at me funny. Time gon' tell, we all got 24. On watch face, it's all about what you gon' do with yours. Me, I'ma get this money. Water, niggas looking at me funny.
Me, I'ma go out and get it. I know that time fly. In they world, time don't exist. They think they Einstein. Caught them on a pass foul. The chicken get your crown fried. 9 shells hitting your shirt. I turn inside down. A couple grams, a few sleeves on them. Perks that I'm getting for none. I take 19 for them. Yeah, got what you need, say what you looking for. Get down once I push the door. Need 20 and it's 24 hours, they be back for more. Yeah. Like home by the dirty cell. Up north I was making sales on plane I got through the mail. Pussy, you say your name and I'ma send a shell.
Time gon' tell.
East New York done found out what damn cat suit is at. She found that motherfucker. I ain't gonna front. The suit was fly. The suit was fire. I'm not gonna front. The suit was fire. Oh shit, Tom just said, well, let me go ahead and check that out too. Oh, let me find out. Wow. Y'all with that cat look. Don't mess around and have no cat suit on and it's cold outside. But anyway, back to this content. If y'all, anybody that's in the New York area, I want y'all to go check this Venezuelan 22-year-old out. The dude, they say that every day he sell out. I had a quick segment I wanted to show y'all on this dude. They said every day he is riding around in New York City and he is selling out some Venezuelan fried rice. Let me see if y'all ever saw him before. If you find out who he is, go check him out and tell me how the food is. Let's go.
Okay, you got to watch this one. A 22-year-old man out on the streets of New York selling a dream. His pop-ups are just so popular, New Yorkers are lining up and down the block. So what is it that he's selling from the back of his car? Eyewitness News reporter Anthony Carlo has the story.
They crowd around as if someone is giving away free money. But these eager customers brought the money. They want the container of rice.
You got to try it. I cannot explain it.
We'd love to, but Johnny Hume sold out before we could. The crowd beat Vanessa too.
He posted the whole week where he was going to be. So like I said, I have 3 times trying to get the rice. Now tomorrow, I gotta be at 45th Street before 3 in the afternoon.
Those who couldn't get rice in time got a picture right in front of Johnny's car trunk, where the 22-year-old started his business just a few months ago.
Why do you sell it out of the trunk like this? Because I don't have money to get a restaurant.
That's changing fast with the help of social media. Johnny's Venezuelan Chinese fried rice recipe has gone viral, attracting stars like Latin singer J Balvin and people who live in the city and who are missing home.
It's very nice, a very good rice, like this, the flavor from our country, from Venezuela.
Johnny was born in Venezuela to Chinese parents, but it was here that he perfected the fusion dish combining traditional Chinese fried rice with Venezuelan flavors, noticing a market gap.
It's been in Venezuela forever since many years ago. It's just not in New York City, apparently.
things are going to look a little different for the man with the famous rice in just a couple of weeks. Right now, he's selling out of the back of his car, but he's set to open a restaurant in Madrid. He tells me he hopes to open another restaurant here in New York City in the new year.
Did you expect things to get this big for you so quickly?
Just a little bit.
Before Johnny leaves the country in a few days to open his first restaurant, he'll continue the craze here with a couple more pop-ups.
But I really want to try the rice.
Yeah, you're on a mission right
Yes, a mission. I have Thursday, Saturday. Let's see.
now. So you have to pick the right. You're going to go to all of these.
Yes, until I get the rice.
In Jackson Heights, Anthony Carlo, Channel 7.
Who said food don't sell? Everybody know good food sell. Everybody know good food sell. I got some stories to talk about. Your boy is caught up in a gossip again. We're going to get to him in a little while. Puff Daddy. He's caught up in another scandal again. But I heard about this scandal while he was on trial. But for some reason, it wasn't brought up. But you would never believe who they have involved with the scandal with Puff. Y'all ain't gonna believe this when I tell you this, but I'm about to show you this. You see who that is? That's Faith Evans. And that's Christopher Jr. Wallace, CJ. Here's a picture of him, older, you know what I'm saying, with his moms. Well, they got this young man right now, the great notorious rapper's son. They got him involved right now in a sexual scandal assault. A sexual scandal assault. Do y'all believe it? I've heard allegations. I've heard allegations that allegedly that Biggie Smalls' son has been caught in some compromising situations. I've heard this. I'm not gonna sit there and tell no lies. I have heard that the great notorious B.I.G.'s son was actually caught up in a sexual scandal allegations a couple of years ago. Did I believe it? I don't know what to say. I don't know if I'm supposed to say yes. I don't know if I'm supposed to say no. Y'all know I went to school with Big. I went to school with his pops. Really went to school with him. Really knew who that was. Used to break bread with him and all that. And then they had allegations that came up about Biggie Smalls allegedly being involved with homosexual or bisexual activities. Like certain lyrics he had, don't you know my nigga gotta fucking kidnap kids, fuck them in the ass, toss them over the bridge. That's one questionable lyrics right there. Them some bars that's questionable. Another bar that he said that was very questionable in a song he had called Me and My Bitch, when he said, you look so good, I suck on your daddies. See, all these questionable lyrics and all these industry secrets that are coming out now, we're going to have to get into this shit because I want to know what's going on. You understand what I'm saying to you? But I got some new Jaffe again. So let's go. Had Bob's in the building. Yeah, I seen y'all. I seen you and doing them and 10 toes and them up there at Math Hoffa. Heard about the great interview y'all got. But you know what? Y'all deserve it. Shout out to Bad Vibes. I seen the video was sent to me too about you and Zip. And I said, oh my God. You know what? I've learned so many things about being on YouTube now, about certain things, and commenting or making a comment on something that has nothing to do with you can be very disrespectful and very dangerous. That's a fact. Can be very disrespectful and very dangerous. And personally knowing Vibes, he don't be playing with certain shit. And I hope you listen to me when I'm telling you this, Vibes. The camera's all on y'all. So I commend y'all for the Grow Old Challenge. Shout out to Man Do the Warrior. Make sure Vibes, make sure you put your other Man Do the Warrior and Bad Vibes in the chat. Make sure y'all go subscribe to Man Do and Bad Vibes other channel, because Dude is running through doing it the way he's supposed to do it. Real, if they doing, him and Vibes is actually going throughout all the communities, the Bronx, Brooklyn, Manhattan, Queens, etc., and focusing on the problems and creating resolutions. Shout out to Vibes and Man Do. They did a short where a young lady was getting jumped. And Dude and Vibes and them They shut the whole shit down. You dig what I'm saying? Official OG shit. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, when it comes to YouTube and it comes to controversy and it comes to people just, you know what I'm saying, feeling as though they can talk about certain things, I'm not taking no shots at nobody. I'm just saying, I tell everybody, be mindful of what you talk about. That's why certain stuff on YouTube that's really none of my business, you won't hear me talking about it, all jokes aside. Certain shit that's none of my business, you won't hear me talk about. Now, if it got something to do with endangerment to children or endangerment to our community, yeah, I'm going to speak about that at all times. But I don't, you know, a lot of niggas be double dutching on YouTube. That's the new terminology I got for it. They be double dutching on YouTube. You know how back in the days when the young ladies used to double dutch, they'll rock back and forth and they'll wait for the perfect time to go inside and execute they jumping rope skills? Nah, in the real life, that shit get you hurt. And like I said, when Deuce said he started a new challenge, shout out to Hocus 452 with the drop the flag challenge. Shout out to that man for that challenge. But shout out to Deuce for saying he got a new challenge called the Grow Old Challenge. That's a fact. Vibes says, stay tuned. Brother Unification, Bad Vibes, Mandu, and Jim Jones. You know what? And I'm so glad. You know what? City Boy, I see you in the building. Salute. I shouted you out earlier. You said he was cutting that grass. You know what? That's grown folk situation. That's grown folk business. Because Do played a segment where Jim Jones was actually shouting Do out on the end of his songs. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, certain times I've learned that our egos and we getting our feelings can sometimes make us drive down a wrong road. And I've prayed for that whole situation. I said to myself, I hope that Mandu, Jim Jones, Bad Vibes can get together and come together in a conglomerate as adults. You know what I'm saying? You know, sometimes feathers get ruffled, y'all. Sometimes feathers get ruffled. But like I said, shout out to Duke for having over 300 years and staying in that law library. I'm talking about and diligently staying on top of his case and finding all the loopholes and the technicalities that was thrown against him and coming home. Yeah, he did, but 30, how long he did, Vibes? 33? What dude did, 33, 34 years? But I'm so glad the mission that he's on now is for peace and unification. He still got the goons with him. Everybody know who he is. Everybody know who Vibes is. It could happen just like that because I was watching the video with him and Zip with the Drip, and I seen this shit go left. I seen the shit go left. 32 years. See that? 32 years. I seen the shit go left. You know what I'm saying? And I heard how Vibes was trying to handle it diplomatically. But when it comes to two men with stern attitudes, the slightest thing can make the shit go left. You understand what I'm saying to you? So I hope that situation gets resolved also, because shout out to 10 Toes Down. All jokes aside, I don't have no problem with 10 Toes Down. I'm not trying to sound funny. And in my whole YouTube career, 10 Toes Down has never disrespected me. He actually bigged me up one day. He had a show. And that's when China and them was just running around, flipping out, you know, Clash of the Titans, all type of crazy controversial China that was focused on at first, just trying to get, you know what I'm saying, the crowd to pay attention. That it was just entertainment. It's just digital Hollywood. I remember 10 Toes Down saying, yo, Dice, you an OG. You know what I'm saying? I know you ain't co-signing this shit. Talk to them. That was when 10 Toes and Harlem was going through their little, you know, YouTube wars with this paperwork and that paperwork that all turned out to be just YouTube theatrics. Me personally, I can't tell a grown man what to do. I can talk to China every day. I can talk to China about what I would want him to do, but that's a grown-ass man. Just like China and talked about me, there might be something for my best interest. It's up to me as a man to accept that and understand what he's saying is correct or vice versa. That's just like Vibes. That's just like anybody else. Niggas is grown men. You understand what I'm saying to you? And when we give each other advice, we know it's coming from the heart. That's why certain times Vibes done had to check me too. I ain't gonna front. I say it with him in it. Vibes done literally like, boy, you playing yourself. You dig what I'm saying? And I appreciate him for that. Dog Soldier, Tube Chronicles. You dig what I'm saying? Hank McCoy, FTC Vice. You know what I'm saying? Annette, Angie. But it's so many people in the team that actually had corrected me when I was trying to get my point across. But like they always say, two people arguing from a distance, you'll never know which one is the clown. You dig what I'm saying? Some people don't pay attention to the support systems around them. Some people just totally disacknowledge the great advice that's given to us. I'm not making them same stupid mistakes no more. You know what I'm saying? I ain't talking about no YouTube shit. I'm talking about in life. You know, a person that tries to do the same thing over and over again and get a different outcome is deemed to be insane. It's deemed to be insane. So me, y'all keep me in your prayers. Y'all keep that positive energy coming towards me. And it's reciprocal. It's thrown back out to y'all. You dig what I'm saying? East New York, Annette, Angie, the whole team. If I'm on something and it's crazy, they're going to check me about it. And I appreciate every one of them for that. You dig what I'm saying? I appreciate that sincerely. Sometimes we need other people to catch us. You know, that's how a lot of people is dead. That's how a lot of people are gone, because they didn't have the support system around them to catch them before they made very dangerous decisions. Me, I take heed to certain shit. Back to what I was saying. Let's get into this content. I was telling y'all about Puff. They got another alleged allegation pertaining to him, and this time Biggie Smalls' son is put up in it. It's like every time I turn around, they got something to say against Puff. And I'm like, damn, do they want him home? I'm starting to think they really don't. Let's get into this work. Remember, y'all heard it first, man. Oh, no, that's the wrong one. I'm sorry. It's the wrong one. That's the wrong one, y'all. I'm sorry. Forgive me. I pressed the wrong button. Let's get into this work. Here you go. Because they always got Puff name locked up in something. Wait till you hear this scandal. Let's go.
Welcome back to ABC News Live reports. Sean Diddy Combs is facing new sexual assault allegations. The LA Sheriff's Department says that it's investigating a report from an alleged victim in Florida. That alleged victim has identified himself as music producer Jonathan Hay in social media posts that have since been removed. A spokesperson for Combs has not responded to ABC News' request for comment. Combs is currently serving a federal prison sentence after he was convicted of transportation to engage in prostitution earlier this year. Let's bring in ABC News legal contributor and trial attorney Brian Buckmeyer for more on this. So, Brian, this accuser says he's already listed as John Doe in a civil case against Combs. So talk about how that could impact this investigation now that he's also has identified himself too.
Yeah, so the only impact that I can see on this investigation will now be that law enforcement will know who to speak with. But he already reached out to law enforcement in Florida that's been working in conjunction with LA where the alleged crime has occurred. And so the impact of him making notice that he also has a civil case doesn't really affect one or the other. If anything, it affects the potential civil case, because with a typical civil case, you just have a lawyers doing the investigation. Now you have the full force and power of the LAPD doing part of the investigation, and their criminal investigation could help create more information that he could go forward in a civil case.
So CJ Wallace, the son of rapper Notorious B.I.G., filed a countersuit against Hay. He claims that Wallace and Combs took part in an alleged assault in 2021. An alleged assault in 2021.
Criminal investigation could help create more information that he could go forward in a civil case.
So CJ Wallace, the son of rapper Notorious B.I.G., filed a countersuit against Hay. Hay claims that Wallace and Combs took part in an alleged assault in 2021. Wallace calls Hay's allegations a, quote, calculated smear campaign. Talk to us how that kind of factors into this case.
Yeah, so here you have a cross complaint from a civil matter where you have an original case where Hay is saying that not only Sean Combs, but CJ Wallace, the son of Notorious B.I.G., was a part of these sexual allegations. In terms of them going back and forth, you'll see a cross complaint in the sense of filing for damages for either claim. You'll go through the typical process of sitting down for depositions, accounting for discovery that may come about. But because Sean Combs has been tried for a federal crime, is currently now in Fort Dix, New Jersey, serving a 15-month sentence, this civil lawsuit, along with many others, have been on pause. And so these countersuits and original suit may just sit in limbo for some time.
Right. So, okay, just talk to us a little bit about that 101 on the basics of these cases. Combs is facing multiple civil cases. How's the burden of proof different in a criminal trial compared to a civil trial?
Yeah, so for criminal trial, you've probably heard it on a lot of like TV shows, proof beyond a reasonable doubt, amount of information that a regular, ordinary person with the duty of being on a jury would consider to be appropriate or important to determining whether or not a person had done something where there is no reasonable doubt to disagree with it. With a civil case, it's a much lower standard of a preponderance of the evidence, or in more layman's terms, more likely than not, the measurement we as attorneys typically use for that is 51%. And so for a civil case, you're just saying, hey, is there a 51% chance that Sean Combs allegedly committed these acts? If so, he would be liable. In the federal case, which was criminal, that was proof beyond a reasonable doubt, where he is found guilty of those two counts you mentioned earlier and is serving a 50-month sentence in Fort Dix, New Jersey.
Brian Buckmeyer, our expert on all things legal and all things Diddy as well. Appreciate you, Brian, as always.
They never loved me since my brother died. My mother cried. Tears in my eyes bleed red. Ain't no love inside. Streets left me dolly. My phone, they left it holy. Dawn was in that passenger side when they tried to phone me. Yeah, you know the streets ain't never love us.
Yeah. GD. I've been shot, I was left with a zipper on my stomach, nigga. You know these streets ain't never loved me.
I've been stabbed, I've been left with a zipper on my stomach, nigga. You know the streets ain't never loved me.
I've been locked, I got charged for some shit I didn't do, nigga. You know these streets ain't never loved me.
Caught a case, went upstate, fuck the Jakes, nigga. Yeah, you know these streets ain't never loved me.
Laying up in the hospital bed in ICU. Hit that button like every 3 hours to get those blues, yeah. Laying in the test of pain, I know shit won't be the same. Sip of my stomach, shit don't stop a thing, I'm still a man, yeah. But who gon' be there when you doing time? Can't get no money, so they dropping down, these niggas bitter. And I hope they get the picture. I'm only getting bigger. The top cat out my litter, yeah. Tell you they love you, but they hate you on the low. They hold you back, how they expect for you to grow. I got locked up, ain't said me nothing, but I'm your nigga. My body numb, I got no feelings for you niggas. I'm from what niggas will shoot you right here in these hallways. If you got trust in that loyalty goes a long way. These size 11s, these pussies can't walk a mile in. They hit my cousin with life and he's still smiling. I've been shot, I was left with a zipper on my stomach, nigga. You know these streets ain't never loved me.
I've been stabbed, I've been left with a zipper on my stomach, nigga. You know the streets ain't never loved me.
I've been locked, I got charged for some shit I didn't do, nigga. You know these streets ain't never loved me.
Caught a case, went upstate, fuck the Jakes, nigga. Yeah, you know these streets ain't never loved me. Streets ain't never loved me since my brother died. My mother cried. Tears in my eyes bleed red. Ain't no love inside. Streets left me dolly. My foreign, they left it holy. Dawn was in that passenger seat when they tried to fold me. Remind me of my gun. That was real shit. This real spit. Rocks I was selling was smacking them. Call it Will Smith. I ain't never told and never folded under pressure. Get him Neek was in that ambulance with me. He was on that stretcher. Niggas tried to take my life. I couldn't tell you who. Many men might not make it. I'm here to tell the truth. Me and Job, that's my brother, you know we moving tight. Brown boys fuck with the family and I'ma get them that. This my testimony, solid, all the rest is phony. Merrick niggas come at the fam and send your best opponent. I was stabbed, I was left with a zipper on my stomach, nigga. I know the streets ain't never loved me. He was shot, he was left with a zipper on his stomach, nigga. You know the streets ain't never loved us. Gang, Merrick shit. It's how we music, nigga. Go.
My fault, y'all. Appreciate y'all for pulling up in the building. I got another story for you that seems kind of crazy. I really don't know the whole theatrics of it. All I know is a young lady's son was being bullied by an 8th grader, and she was walking in Chicago with her children, and the 8th grader approached her with a couple of his friends, and I'm going to let y'all see how it turned out. This shit is crazy. Women, be prepared at all times because these kids is going crazy. Let's go.
So listen, I'm gonna tell you, just like I told the school, I tell the school every year. I literally transferred my son out that school last year and decided to, put him back in the school. And I don't know why I did that, but Yeah, I basically transferred him back to the school because they wasn't trying to hear me out. They wasn't trying to hear me out in the beginning. They wasn't trying to hear me out when I was trying to get teachers and parent conferences. They wasn't trying to hear me out. They wasn't trying to hear me out and none of that. Damon, you ain't miss nothing. I just don't put shit on Facebook, like real shit that I go through every day in life. I don't post that on Facebook because people like to use that against you. So I try to keep shit to myself. I don't even, I don't even got nobody to live to. I don't got friends. I don't trust nobody. Nothing. Yeah. I've been complaining to the same motherfucking school for 2-3 years now. And first, it was just like, okay, nitpicking, calling each other out of their name and shit. But now we got worse to the fact that the little boy, when they go outside, he up in guns. He's showing guns in his backpack. Like, that's how worse it got. And the little boy is only, my son 9. The little boy should be only about 11, 12. My son is 9, and the little boy that with the guns and shit, gotta be about 11 or 12. And his brother named Demetrius, he gotta be about in 5th grade. I don't know what it is, what they want to do with my son or whatever. But my son is very friendly. Like he not the type that likes to fight. He's not a fighter. He's not a fighter. Yeah, he okay. He right here. They just smacked him very hard, and I couldn't get it. I couldn't move my son at the moment because I had my daughter standing in front of me. So it was like, if I move my daughter or move any kind of way, I don't know what these kids trying to do. So they get out of school. They get out of school at 2:45. Boom. Okay, cool. My kids asked me, could they go to, could we go and get, nachos? Can we go and get nachos and shit? So we went and got nachos. That's what we were going to get. Now, mind y'all, everybody just got out of school. Now, I was walking on my way to go get my kids to go pick them up from school. So but mind y'all though, let's rewind it back. Rewind it back to this morning when I went up to the school and told the school about the police report that I already had about everything. Let's rewind that back to the morning. The morning of the school when they start school. Let's rewind that back all the way back. Okay. This morning I was at the school. Okay. I stayed at that school for about 10:30 talking to, because every time I come, all of a sudden principals and people are in meetings. Y'all can't be in meetings every time I come. Every time I get there, y'all in some type of meeting.
Well, y'all can hear that she's a little bit out of it, but probably because of the medication and everything. But I'm going to show you what happened to her, like she said, when she was going to school, coming home. Check this out.
A mother and child attacked on their way home from school. Casey Cronus is live outside of Orville Wright Elementary School with the very latest on this story. Casey, what can you tell us?
Hi, Sylvia. This video is heartbreaking to see. That woman, a 33-year-old, says she was walking her 9-year-old son home from school when they were jumped by a group of kids. And we need to warn you, the video is difficult to watch. We have frozen it before things escalate. Chicago police are now investigating after the woman named Korshonda and her son were viciously attacked near 106th and Bensley. That's just a couple blocks away from the elementary school. It happened yesterday, shortly after dismissal. A group of kids approached them and started punching and kicking them.
Let me ask y'all something. Seriously. What was she supposed to do? I don't understand why she stayed right there. Angie, baby! I don't understand why she stayed right there when children were attacking her and her son, and she did nothing to protect herself, nothing to defend herself. If you pay attention, watch the video. It's a little girl with a pink jacket on that kicked her. What the fuck is this shit here?
Jumped by a group of kids. And we need to warn you, the video is difficult to watch.
Hey, Queen Gigi!
We have frozen it before things escalate. Chicago police are now investigating after the woman named Korshonda and her son were viciously attacked near 106th and Bensley. That's just a couple blocks away from the elementary school. It happened yesterday, shortly after dismissal. A group of kids approached them and started punching and kicking them. Korshonda says her son has been bullied at Wright and claims the administration has not done enough to protect him. Here's what happened yesterday in her own words.
Pay attention, y'all. Pay attention. I just don't get this right here. I don't get none of this right here. Pay attention. I just don't get this. How does this happen on the school ground?
Woman named Korshonda and her son were viciously attacked near 106th and Bensley. That's just a couple blocks away from the elementary school. It happened yesterday, shortly after dismissal. A group of kids approached them and started punching and kicking them. Korshonda says her son has been bullied at Wright and claims the administration has not done enough to protect him. Here's what happened yesterday in her own words.
So I asked my kids to come to the next side of the street with me, so they wouldn't get jumped. So we kept walking. They followed us all the way there, and then they still fought us. They fought my son. They hit my son first, all in his face. Then they dragged me in the grass and pulled my little baby hair.
I don't understand. What was she supposed to do? Carnage said, in this new day and age, they're not even caring about recording it. Like the fact, this kid, them is kids from a public school and a junior high school together. Yeah, you see the little dude in the yellow hoodie? He runs and jumps up like he's going to stomp her. Man, listen, let me tell you something. I don't know what's going on with these kids. Annette sent me something. Matter of fact, let me see if I can pull this up right quick. Annette sent me something. Shout out to Annette from Harlem. She sent me something that I just don't understand. I'm trying to find out more. About this. She sent me something, and it was, hold on. Trying to find it out. I'm going to find this right now. Hold on. I'm going to find this because this is crazy. This is really crazy. Great. Okay, there. Boom. Let me see if I can find this. Okay, boom. I'm trying to find out where's that shit she sent me. It's another case going on right now. It's another case going on about a 9-year-old. hold on, about a 9-year-old that attacked and viciously assaulted a 5-year-old. This is the crazy part. I'm trying to find out where the fuck is this shit at. That shit is really crazy. Oh, here you go. Here you go. 9-year-old boy accused of raping and attempted murder of a 5-year-old Marie Jones placed in county custody after his legal guardians skip his arraignment. Judge temporarily suspended house arrest until custody is established. So that's the 9-year-old little boy. The 9-year-old little boy that was involved with the horrific situation pertaining to the 5-year-old girl that was sexually assaulted, that was left to die. Her hair was shaved off. Well, they just put that little boy in jail. He was on house arrest. Remember, he's 9 years old. The 9-year-old little boy and the 10-year-old little girl was charged. The 8-year-old little boy was not charged, but the 9-year-old and the 9-year-old boy and the 10-year-old girl, they were charged, but they were given house arrest. But the parents of the 9-year-old missed the court case, missed the first court case. So they threw the little 9-year-old in the county jail. He's in the county jail right now. He's in the county jail right now. See, this is my thing. An 8-year-old, a 9-year-old, and a 10-year-old doing something as horrific as sexual assault, attempted murder, sodomy, the things that they did, shaving her hair, and then they left her in the woods for dead. I want to know, where did that come from? I want to know, where did that come from? I want to know what was exposed to them children or what was done to them children that they even had the mindset to do that to somebody else. I'm telling you, people may not agree with me, but I agree that the parents of the 8-year-old, the 9-year-old, and the 10-year-old, I feel as though that they should be arrested and they should be charged. I feel as though that the parents of the 8-year-old, the 9-year-old, and the 10-year-old should be arrested, and they should be facing the charges that their children are responsible for doing. And I think that them children should be taken away from them parents and put into group homes or foster care homes or homes with other parents for they can have normal lives, because this right here does not make no sense. Them parents, whoever them parents were, just my opinion, they failed their children. They failed their children. They shaved that young woman's, that little baby, 5 years old, they shaved her head. They shoved a ruler down her throat, her buttocks, broke it off in her, sexually assaulted her, damn near cracked her ribs and left her in the woods because they thought that she was going to die. I don't think that them children should be in, I don't think that that 9-year-old child should be in jail. I don't think that the 8-year-old, the 9-year-old, or the 10-year child should be charged with anything. I think that they should be taken from the custody of their parents. I think that they should be removed from the homes of their parents. And I do believe that the parents should be justly charged for their actions because that's their children. That's their products. But I don't think that the 9-year-old child is supposed to be in a county jail. It's so many, like I think I'm going to do a show on that too, because I've thought about it. It was a young man that was 12 years old many years back. And he was playing with his cousin, his female cousin. And they were watching a wrestling show. He was trying to emulate performing a power driver. That's when you pick somebody up and their head is between or facing the ground, and you put their head between your legs and you fall down to the ground, or you jump and fall down to the ground where it actually crushes the neck and the head of the person that's in the maneuver. And unfortunately, when the young man just did a wrestling move, his cousin was unalived. And they took that 12-year-old young man, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave him like 40 years. They gave him 40 years for emulating a wrestling move that he saw on television. Seriously. I don't understand, but I did just see something the other day. I think it was that on Instagram? Was it YouTube? I seen it. Well, it was a 10-year-old little Caucasian child. And he was saying that he wanted to be a killer. They asked him, what you want to be when you grow up? He said, I want to be a killer. And they asked him, they said, why would you want to be a killer? And they said, no, the little boy said, when he plays his video games, when he watches people on the video games committing murder and getting killed, he said something in his mind is telling him that he will be good at murder. These little games they got these kids playing, Grand Theft Auto, Assassin's Creed, Call of Duty, all of these games that are fixated on murder, I think is destroying our children's childhood. When we was coming up, yes, we had video games too. Frogger, Pac-Man, Mrs. Pac-Man, Q*bert, Jungle Hunt, Pitfall, certain games. There was a few games with some graphic violence in it, like Rygar. But a lot of our games wasn't as explicit and graphic as these games are today, especially now when you can go in these games and shoot somebody and then blood just gushes out. When we was coming up, we was playing Sega Genesis. We was playing games like Shinobi, where you had it was two hands that was throwing stars. Yes, the stars made the components of the ninjas that was trying to come near us disappear, but there was never no gore sounds. There was never no graphic detail of somebody's head get bust open or somebody getting shot in the face, somebody getting robbed, somebody getting ran over, somebody getting raped. Yo, like they said, now this is crazy. And I remember Craig said this to me. This is really crazy. They have it where now prostitution is on Grand Theft Auto. Prostitution, meaning you can be on Grand Theft Auto and there are sex parlors and there are areas in California that's been formulated in Grand Theft Auto where prostitutes, women of the night, promiscuous women, whatever you want to call them, you can pull up and exchange money for sex. I don't see an 8-year-old, a 9-year-old, or a 10-year-old doing anything horrific and graphic like these children did, unless it was exposed to them. I don't see anything like what would make them shave her head, what would make them take a ruler, and break it off and sexually assault her. What would make them try to break her ribs? What would make them drag her off into the woods? An 8-year-old, a 9-year-old, and a 10-year-old? That means somebody's parents weren't doing their job. That's a fact, Carnage. We had games like Street Fighter. Hard you get. Certain things like that, where they was in karate tournaments. And at the end, they said, you win. Now, when we started getting the games like Mortal Kombat, it was a little gory, graphic detail, especially when it came to after you won your match, if you can complete the finishing move, because every character in Mortal Kombat, at the end of a victorious win, after the second win, you have the option to just let the time run out and you win, or you have the option to complete what's called the finishing move. Because remember, at the end of Mortal Kombat, there would be the letters that would come across and say, finish him. So I'm not going to front. When it came to PlayStation, a lot of the gory games came in the late 90s, like 98, 99, 2000, and so forth, because it was basketball games. It was games like The Legend of Zelda. Everything was like a quest or a journey where you search for treasures and stuff like that. And then it was a game called Final Fantasy. I never forget, my cousin had every Final Fantasy game that I think it went up to like Final Fantasy number 36 or 38 or 39. I could be wrong. It could have exceeded that. But the games that we were playing when we was coming up, Donkey Kong, Mike Tyson's Punch-Out. These games, the most you got was beat up. The most you got was knocked out in the video game. These games today are too graphic and they're too gore. And like Dog said, these aren't video games for children. These are video games that are devised for adults, like animation. Remember back in the days, there was certain adult animation, the Crying Freeman series. That was very graphic and gore, pertaining to death and murder. But them CDs weren't for our children. Them CDs were for us. So to all the parents, before I get out of here, I want you to do one favor. Turn back into detectives when it comes to your children. When it comes to them babies, instead of allowing them to go in them rooms and get on them video games, instead of allowing them to go in them rooms and close their doors and get into these video games, and then these games overwhelm them and mesmerize them to the fact where they actually are wanting to do stuff like this in real life, stop your kids from playing these games, y'all. That's a fact. Stop your game. To your older kids, to the ones of y'all that have teenagers and young adults, they living under your roof. Turn into Ben Matlock. Turn into Columbo. Do shit like my mother used to do. When they're not home, when they're at school, and you might be home before them, or you might not go to work, you might be a stay-at-home mom or stay-at-home dad. This is perfect opportunity when you know they're in school for 7 and 8 hours, for you can take your time to intricately go through everything in their room. Look under beds, look under mattresses. Look, pick the mattress up and look inside if they have holes in the mattresses, because that was the biggest stashes. Check all of them shoe boxes. Check the soles, the inside of the shoe boxes. Check their coats, check their jackets that are hung up in closets. I am trying to tell y'all some of the most not obvious hiding places that we have. We will hide something anyway. Behind the pictures and all that. Check the Bible. You wouldn't even believe this. Check the Bible. My grandmother always said, they'll never take all my money. I said, why you say that, Grandma? She said, because I keep me some money in my Bible. She said, nobody would never ever think, even if they broke into the house, they would never ever think to go to her table and touch the Bible. We got to start being more in our children's lives. Kids going out partying. You know what? They got these little things now, especially, and I know this may be considered to some people as invasion of property, because the kids now, they got the cell phones. The cell phones, they have the tracking on the cell phones. But a lot of times kids don't have that tracking on. Hey, I don't want my mom's not. You know what? They got little devices now that you can buy from Amazon. They got little devices now. And they're actually for the safety of children. If they have vehicles, because these kids, they be having cars now. In the States, down here in North Carolina, at 14 years old, you can get a permit. You can get a permit. That dog said facts, but they're going to say you dry snitching, Dice. Somebody got to do it. Somebody got to do it. If they want to call me being protective or me being concerned with the outcome, well, they're going to have to call me dry snitching, because I believe the children are the future. And if we don't catch them now, because I think about it, my uncle, unfortunately, when he started his addiction, heroin, 17 years old, 18 years old, 19 years old, 20 years old. By the time he was deemed to be an adult, because 17 and 18, you can party, but you can't drink. So 17 and 18, 19 and 21, by the time my uncle was considered adult, where he could legally buy alcohol or legally buy beer or legally go into a bar and have a drink, he was already addicted. He was already addicted to heroin. It was nothing that all the praying in the world that my grandmother did, all the hollering and screaming that my grandfather did, none of that stopped my uncle. When I tell you none of that stopped my uncle from getting high, none of that stopped him from getting high. We got to start being more mindful. We got to start paying attention, because these kids nowadays, they sneaky just like we were sneaky. And you know what? They're more sneaky than us. I don't care what nobody say. You think we were sneaky? Nah. We don't got nothing on these kids. I don't care what nobody say. We don't have nothing on these kids today. Nothing. So I appreciate everybody for pulling up, coming to hold me down, as usual, grown folks conversation. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Share this live if you can. Hit your bell notification. I will be going live later on. And you know how we're going to end it with some great music. The Big Mac Baller. Let's go. Salute. Another day alive, another day free. Why would I wake up trying to be somebody other than me? It's knowledge, wisdom, instinct. Man, woman, and children. Sun, moon, and stars. Everything exists has to coexist with it. Like I said, another day alive, another day free. Why would I wake up trying to be somebody other than me?